If you're over 60, have you ever felt that terrifying moment of unsteadiness that makes you grab for the nearest wall? That sudden feeling that your own body might betray you? You're not just imagining it, and it's not simply part of getting older. It's a clear signal that your body's core balance system is going offline. Most people think weak legs are the problem, but the real cause is often hidden. Your stability depends on four crucial pillars: your brain's connection to the ground, your confidence on one leg, your side-to-side hip muscles, and your raw leg power for daily movements. When these pillars get out of sync, you feel unstable. But the great news is, this is fixable, and you can start today. In this video, I am going to guide you step by step through a simple but powerful 4-exercise routine, prescribed by physical therapists, designed to reboot these 4 pillars right from your own home. We will systematically retrain your brain-to-ground connection, build your single-leg confidence for walking, activate the key muscles that prevent sideways falls, and build the functional strength you need every single day. By the end of this video, you will have a complete toolkit to rebuild your stability safely and effectively. Let's get started. All right, let's begin with the first pillar: retraining that vital connection between the ground and your brain. This exercise is called the Tandem stance, or the heel-to-toe stance. It might look simple, but it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your balance. Before we even start the movement, let's talk about safety, because your safety is the absolute #1 priority. Please do this exercise standing next to a solid, unmovable surface. A kitchen counter is perfect. The back of a heavy, sturdy chair is also good. A wall works too. Do not attempt this in the middle of a room. The goal is to train your balance, not to test it to the point of risk. So, why this specific exercise? Because every single step you take in your daily life is a micro version of this movement. When you walk, there is a brief moment where your feet are in this heel-to-toe alignment. By practicing it deliberately, you are fine-tuning your body's GPS. You're teaching your brain to feel the ground, to understand your center of gravity, and to make thousands of tiny, automatic muscle adjustments to keep you upright. This is the secret to smooth, confident walking and avoiding trips over uneven surfaces. Let's get into position together. Stand beside your support surface, with one hand lightly touching it for stability. Now, I want you to take one foot. Let's start with the right foot, and place it directly in front of your left foot. Look down for a moment to check your position. The heel of your right foot should be almost or actually touching the toes of your back foot, as if you were standing on a narrow balance beam or a tightrope. Now that you're in position, here's the most important part. I want you to feel the ground beneath you. Try to spread your weight evenly across both feet. Don't just lean on the front foot or the back foot. Try to find the middle. Now, lift your gaze. Look straight ahead at a fixed point on the wall. Don't look down at your feet. Your brain needs to learn to balance without relying on your eyes. At this point, you will almost certainly feel a wobble. Your ankle might feel shaky. You might sway a little. I want to tell you that this is not only normal, it is good. That wobble is the feeling of your nervous system waking up. It's your brain and your muscles having a conversation again after a long period of silence. Do not fight the wobble. Don't tense up and hold your breath. Instead, breathe slowly and deeply, and just try to manage the sway with small, gentle corrections. A common mistake here is holding your breath, which makes your body rigid. Stay relaxed and breathe. If this feels too intense or frightening, that's okay. We can modify it. Simply widen your stance by moving your front foot a little bit to the side. This gives you a wider base of support and makes the exercise easier. The goal is to feel challenged, but always safe and in control. We are building confidence, not fear. Hold this position for about 20 to 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep your gaze forward. Feel those small muscles in your feet and ankles working. Excellent. Now, slowly and carefully, bring your feet back to their normal side-by-side position. Shake your legs out a little. You did it. Now, we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. placing the left foot in front of the right. By doing this, you are carving a new, stable pathway in your brain. You are laying the foundation for every step you'll take from now on. You've successfully laid the foundation by waking up that brain-body connection. Now, we're going to build on it by working on the second pillar, your confidence and stability while on a single leg. This next exercise is a single leg balance with a gentle leg swing. You might not think about it, but you spend a significant portion of your day on one leg. Every time you take a step, lift a foot to go up a stair, or get into a car, you are performing a single leg stand. It is a fundamental part of human movement, and when our ability to do it weakens, our risk of falling increases dramatically. What makes this exercise so effective is the leg swing component. Life is not static. We are constantly in motion. We reach for things. We turn. We have to react to unexpected bumps or shifts. By adding a gentle, controlled swing of the opposite leg, we are safely simulating the dynamic challenges of real life. We are teaching the standing leg not just to hold a position, but to actively manage shifts in our center of gravity. This is what builds truly functional, real-world balance. As always, safety is paramount. Please stand next to your sturdy support, the counter, the wall, or the chair, and keep one hand on it. Again, we are training a skill, not testing your limits. There is no prize for doing this hands-free before you are absolutely ready. Let's begin together. Shift your weight onto one leg. Let's start by standing on your left leg. Make sure that standing knee has a tiny, soft bend in it. Never lock your knee joint straight. A locked joint is unstable. A soft knee is a shock absorber, ready to react. Before you lift the other foot, engage your core. A strong core is central to good balance. Imagine gently pulling your belly button in towards your spine. This creates a solid platform for the rest of your body to operate from. Now lift your right foot off the floor. Find your balance on that left leg. Once you feel relatively stable, we'll begin the swing. Let your right leg hang freely and gently swing it forward a few inches, and then slowly swing it backward a few inches. The movement must be slow, smooth, and controlled. This is not a big, powerful kick. You are the pendulum of a grandfather clock, not a wrecking ball. The goal is to keep your torso upright and stable, preventing it from wiggling around as your leg moves. All the work should be done by the muscles in your standing leg and hip. You should feel them working hard to keep you from tipping. After about 5 to 10 forward and backward swings, bring the leg back to the center and pause. Now, we'll change the direction. From the center, slowly swing the right leg out to the side a few inches, and then bring it back in across the front of your body. Again, small, slow, and controlled. Feel how the muscles on the side of your standing hip have to fire to keep you balanced. That's the feeling of stability being built. Do 5 to 10 of these side-to-side swings. Remember to breathe through the entire movement. Holding your breath will only make you less stable. Fantastic. Now bring your foot back down to the ground. Shake out both legs. You should have felt your standing leg working hard from your foot all the way up to your hip. That is a sign of effective training. Now, we will repeat the entire sequence standing on the right leg while swinging the left. By practicing this, you are teaching your body to be a stable base in a world that is always moving. We have worked on our forward and backward stability, and now it is time to address the third, and perhaps most overlooked pillar of balance, your side-to-side stabilizers. For this exercise, we are going to move down to the floor. If getting on the floor is difficult, a firm bed or a couch will also work. We are going to target a group of muscles on the side of your hips, particularly one called the gluteus medius. I like to call this muscle the unsung hero of balance. It's not a muscle you see in the mirror, but its strength is absolutely critical for your safety. So why is this muscle so important? Because it is your primary defense against sideways falls. Many of the most dangerous falls happen when you stumble or get bumped from the side. A strong gluteus medius acts like a powerful safety bumper. It keeps your pelvis level when you walk and stops you from lurching or tipping sideways. When this muscle is weak, which it often becomes from too much sitting, you become incredibly vulnerable. By specifically targeting it with this exercise, side-lying hip abduction with circles, we are building a powerful internal stabilizing system. Let's get into position. Lie down on your side. Let's start on your left side. You can support your head with your bottom arm or a small pillow. Now I want you to bend your bottom knee, the left knee, to about a 90-degree angle. This creates a wide, stable base on the floor. Your top leg, the right leg, should be straight and in line with the rest of your body. Don't let it drift forward or backward. Before we begin the movement, we need to engage our core, just like we did in the previous exercises. Gently tighten your lower stomach muscles as if you are zipping up a tight pair of pants. This simple action helps to stabilize your entire torso and ensures that the movement comes from your hip, not from wiggling your back. Now for the movement. Keeping your top leg straight, slowly lift it up towards the ceiling. Only lift it until it is in line with your hip, about 12 to 18 inches off the bottom leg. The height is not what's important here, the control is. Once you're at the top, we will begin the circles. From that raised position, slowly rotate the leg in small circles, about the size of a dinner plate. Imagine you are tracing a circle on the wall with your foot. The key here is small and controlled. This is not about swinging the leg wildly. A great mental cue is to imagine you have a teacup full of hot tea balanced on your top hip and you don't want to spill a single drop. This will force you to keep your torso perfectly still and isolate the work in your hip muscle. Do about 5 to 10 small circles in a clockwise direction. Then, without lowering your leg, reverse the direction and do another 5 to 10 circles counterclockwise. You should feel a deep warmth or even a burn building in the side of your hip. That is the feeling of that hero muscle getting stronger. If you feel any sharp pain, stop immediately. But a feeling of muscle fatigue is what we are looking for. Once you've completed the circles in both directions, slowly lower the leg back down with control. Don't just let it drop. Take a moment to rest. You've done one side. Now, you will carefully roll over onto your other side and repeat the entire sequence, lying on your right side and working the left leg. This exercise is one of the single best things you can do to build a robust safety net against falls. We have arrived at our fourth and final pillar, building functional leg power. For this last exercise, we are back on our feet to practice what is arguably the most important movement for lifelong independence, the sit-to-stand motion. We are going to perform this as a controlled mini squat. All the balance training in the world won't help if you don't have the fundamental strength in your legs to move through your day with confidence. This exercise builds that strength. Think about how many times a day you perform a squatting motion. Every time you get out of a chair, get off the toilet, get out of your car, or pick something up off the floor, you are doing a squat. Having the power in your legs to perform this movement easily and without having to push off with your hands is a true game changer. It is a measure of your freedom, your independence, and your ability to engage with the world safely. This mini squat exercise directly builds the muscles, your quadriceps in the front of your thighs and your glutes in your buttocks, that power this essential daily movement. Let's set up for maximum safety. Place a sturdy chair behind you. This chair is not for you to sit on during the exercise. It is purely a safety net, there to catch you in case you lose your balance. In front of you, have your supportive surface. This could be your kitchen counter, or, as the physical therapy description suggests, a rolling walker with the brakes locked. Stand up straight with your feet about shoulder width apart, with your hands resting lightly on the frame or counter in front of you. Here is how we execute the movement. Keep your posture upright and your gaze directly ahead. Don't look down. The movement starts with your hips, not your knees. Push your hips back behind you as if you are about to sit down in the chair. As your hips go back, your knees will naturally bend. Only go down part of the way, a mini squat. This could be just a few inches. The goal is not to go as low as possible, but to perform the movement with perfect control. As you lower down, make sure your knees are tracking in line with your feet and not collapsing inward. Go down slowly, and then, before you sit on the chair, we're going to power back up. Tighten your buttock muscles and push the floor away from you to stand back up to the starting position. The upward movement should be powerful and decisive. The entire time, your back should remain relatively straight, and your gaze should be fixed ahead. A common mistake is to let the chest drop and round the back. Think proud chest throughout the movement. Let's do this together for several repetitions. Lower down slowly by pushing the hips back, and power back up by squeezing your glutes. The description specifically says, you should not actually sit on the chair. This is key because it forces your muscles to do all the work of slowing your descent and reversing the direction, which is how we build strength. Breathe out as you stand up and breathe in as you lower down. Perform about 8 to 12 repetitions of this mini squat. If you feel strong, you can try to let go of the frame in front of you and do it with your hands across your chest, but only if you feel completely stable and safe. By mastering this movement, you are investing directly in your long-term independence, ensuring you have the power to move through your world with strength and grace. Congratulations! You have just completed a full 4-pillar balance reboot. You have systematically worked on your body's stability from the ground up. Take a moment to appreciate the investment you just made in your own health and independence. Now, let's take a moment to address some of the common questions that might be on your mind after completing these exercises. First question. I felt very wobbly during the tandem stance and the single leg balance. Is that a bad sign? Absolutely not. In fact, it is a great sign. That wobble is your nervous system actively working to find your center of balance. It's the feeling of your brain and muscles communicating and relearning a skill. It's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of active training. As you get more consistent, the wobbles will become smaller and less frequent. So embrace the wobble. It means you're making progress. Second question. How often should I be doing this routine? The key to rebuilding balance is consistency, not intensity. I recommend performing this full 4-exercise routine about 3 to 4 times per week. On your off days, you can focus on other activities like walking. Listening to your body is crucial. If you feel sore, it's okay to take an extra day of rest. A few consistent sessions per week are far more effective than one long, exhausting session that leaves you too sore to continue. Third question. My hip sometimes makes a clicking sound during the leg circles. Should I be concerned? A clicking or popping sound in a joint, if it is not accompanied by sharp pain, is often normal. It's usually just a tendon moving over a bone. However, if you feel any sharp, pinching, or intense pain, you should stop the exercise immediately. In that case, try making the circles much smaller or consult with a physical therapist. The rule is simple. Muscle fatigue and burning is good. Sharp joint pain is bad. Fourth question. When can I do these exercises without holding onto a chair or counter? The ultimate goal is to reduce your reliance on support, but this should happen gradually and naturally. Only attempt these exercises without support when you feel completely safe and confident. A good way to progress is to go from having your whole hand on the counter to just a few fingertips, then to one fingertip, and then eventually to hovering your hand just above the surface. Your safety is always the top priority. There is no rush. You now have the tools. You've learned how to retrain your 4 pillars of stability. You're not powerless against the fear of falling. You can reclaim control over your movement, your confidence, and your independence. Every time you complete this routine, you are sending a powerful message to your body and your brain that you are still capable, still adaptable, and still strong. If you made it through this entire routine with me today, I want to celebrate your commitment. Please, let me know in the comments below by writing "Stability Strong." It's a way for us to acknowledge our hard work together. And if this video was helpful, please consider sharing it with a friend, a parent, or a neighbor who you know deserves to move through life with more strength and less fear. Finally, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. We are constantly creating new resources for you, and our next video will be a seamless 5-minute follow-along version of this routine that you can play every single morning to start your day with confidence. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Stay strong, stay steady, and remember, you are not done. You are just getting started. I'll see you in the next video.